Alright, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. Just got back from the gym. Crazy leg day. To my surprise, we're getting the teaser for the next LF now. Did they not say it was tomorrow at 11 UTC? Pretty sure, sorry, 3 UTC? I'm pretty sure that meant like 10 or 11 PM on a Tuesday, but okay, we got it a little bit early. This time slot matches exactly with when we got the LF Perfect Cell last year when UVB released. Now, I'm pretty sure that cell was meant to follow up with the future release that is UVB, so it is entirely possible that this release is going to be GT related. I'm personally subscribing to the idea of maybe it's a movie villain, one that isn't so hype such that they can cool off a little bit, but I was thinking it could be someone like LF Bojack, so that they could do a Zenkai for Revival Gohan, just so that the third year LFs are all fully Zenkai'd. We got CMZ, we got G4. I think it would be a perfect way to tie the knot. If it doesn't happen, it is what it is, but let's go ahead and see what we get. I pressed play, didn't I? Oh, it's GT. Is it a transforming yellow Sin to Omega or something like that? Because that would justify why we got a yellow Sin Shenron Zenkai and blast oriented. Is that Raid Shenron? What the hell? Oh my god! We got Raid Shenron before like Garlic Jr. in this game? This guy has to be the most broken character in the game to make people want to care. But it has to be an Omega in some way, shape, or form. It has to be. Yeah, it's Omega Shenron. The power of all seven? Oh man, GT is stacked then at this point. Wow, tons of premium releases. Yeah, Omega Shenron. Why'd they open up with a Strike Clash? Oh, wow, what was that? Someone, he's fainted. I see a green card. Is that an AoE green? I hope not. Projectile ultimate. Damn. Damn, okay, Omega. Okay, how long is this? Damn, how long is this ultimate? Jesus. Holy crap, what an... No one is going to see that LF. Nobody's staying for that.
Will soon join you.
Oh, wow, okay. So it's a GT Omega Shenron. Damn. So is he yellow then? He has to be yellow. Otherwise, how are we justifying the Sin Shenron Zenkai Awakening? Either way, very cool release. I guess this is the format we can expect going forward. Now, to expect that the LF that comes in the same month as the Anniversary Ultra will follow the same theme, because we had Perfect Cell following Future when it came to UVB. Now we got an Omega Shenron following UG4. All right, cool idea. Now, the cherry on top is, let's go ahead and take a look at the guy's kit. All right, here we go. Legends Limited Omega Shenron. What would I even want from this guy? If we're thinking GT, I think GT is going to need a little bit more rush sponging. How many characters remove buff effects? I think it's just the Spirit Bomb Kid Goku. I think it's just him, but that guy can get caught with blue cards. So I think for that, and Omega Shenron also doubles up as a fusion warrior. So I guess it would be the cherry on top for both tags to have more rush control, more defensive capabilities. That's what I would think. Either way, put pressure on your opponents with a combination of continuous damage, high defenses, and disruptive abilities. Legends Limited Omega Shenron joins the fight. Disruptive abilities, that seems spooky. Strengths, number 1, strong poison and heavy bleed. Omega Shenron Strike and Blast Arts can inflict strong poison on hit, and the special move arts can inflict heavy bleed on hit. Use these damage over time effects to wear down your opponent. That's good. Damage over time effects, in my opinion, got a little bit of value because we got a lot of characters that will combo stop you. So damage over time effects slowly have gained value just because chipping away at the HP without having to worry about the unique gauge allows you to do a quick attack with a lot more damage. You may have noticed that Shin has 100% extra damage to the next quick attack that you do. I could see those things happening more frequently paired alongside damage over time effects, such that you can knock out the opponent without an actual card arts, but with a quick attack instead. I could see that being a meta. Number 2, high defensive capabilities. Nullify unfavorable element factors for both offense and defense. Nullify attribute, oh there it is. Nullify attribute downgrades and seal the enemy's special arts upon entering the battlefield, plus nullify an enemy's wide range special arts attack 1 time. I will take this. Very nice. We've had way too many AoE green cards that have gone unchecked for a little too long. I think AoE green is one of the most overpowered abilities that we have in this game, simply because you don't need to think. It is so easy to bait out. Getting priority, cover null cards, the ability to just kick the crap out of your opponent is just, that's too strong. It's way too unchecked. You guys have seen it in the showcases before. I bait out an opponent's strike card to vanish, and I could just hit him with a green card. It's really, really stupid. That's why units like CMZ, when they vanish, seal up green cards in order to prevent your opponent from just being able to combo you so easily. So it's nice that the devs are realizing, hey, we got way too many of these things. Let's release some counters to those. Number 3, unique gauge that fully charges with every Dragon Ball gained. So like, Path to Power? Use the strike or blast arts when the unique gauge is full to buff both offense and defense with effects that boost arts card draw speed, nullify enemy special cover changes, and more. Or if you are hit with an enemy's arts attack, powerful defensive abilities will activate like health restoration and sealing the enemy ultimate and awakened arts. How would that work? What? So are they trying to say every time you use a Dragon Ball, you get card draw speed and you nullify cover change? But if you get hit, the unique gauge disrupts? What? Oh, either way, we have the whole kit. Number 4, when reaches 0, survive with... Oh! They gave him indestructible? Damn! Omega Shenron got indestructible. Wow, what a surprise. Second unit to get it. I didn't think they would give him something like this. I figured they would save that for... I thought endurance. Omega Shenron has Indestructible, the same special ability that Goku and Bardock has. After Indestructible ends, Omega Shenron's health will be restored by 50%, and you'll gain 1 Dragon Ball, meaning you can take your opponent's most powerful move and then get ready for a counter attack. Omega Shenron having easy ways to earn Dragon Balls like this tells me that this unique gauge is probably going to be a bit of a struggle to take full advantage of. Him gaining a Dragon Ball after Indestructible, if it works like Goku and Bardock, that means that you are sealed in and you have no arts cards, which means that they give you a Dragon Ball, so you can probably have level 2 card draw speed, you nullify cover change, and you probably do extra damage. That's what I'm thinking their setup is. They want you to be prepped for a counter attack. Yeah, exactly. Powerful move, they get ready for a counter attack. Show your opponent the meaning of despair with Legends Limited Omega Shenron, the embodiment of negative karma and the zenith of the Shadow Dragons. Oh, he's green. Ah, he's green. Wow, the guy is green. GT, so did GT just get a full wheel of premium units? Purple G4, blue Spirit Bomb Kid Goku, red Super 17, purple Ultra G4, and green Omega Shenron. Wow, what a surprise. Damn, GT mains are eating good. Do I think this is enough for them? I think it is. God damn, GT has been getting so many uber powerful characters. You got UG4, you got Super 17 who combos forever. Spirit Bomb Kid Goku still feels like a genuine tank to me. Now they got Indestructible in their kits as well. Alright, GT mains, I think you're eating good. The feast has come to your table, and now it is time to feed some other tags. Z abilities, 38%. So at 14 stars, he gives 38% to tag GT, powerful opponent, or regeneration, base blast attack and strike defense, and tag GT base strike attack. GT, powerful opponent, or regeneration. That's a surprise. Didn't Omega used to have Fusion Warriors in his Z ability? regeneration, powerful opponent, or GT? So this guy, if you decide to put him with Fusion Warriors, you've basically kicked off Pycon. For regeneration, you would kick off Orange Piccolo? I guess because this is a blast-oriented guy, but how many blast-oriented Fusion Warriors even are there? Seems weird. I think GT's in a weird spot when it comes to their Z abilities right now, because a lot of their dominant types right now have either double defense or they're more strike-oriented. UG4 is double offense, Super Baby 2 is double defense, isn't he? Bulla's double defense, Spirit Bomb Kid Goku's double defense, Super 17 is blast, this guy's blast. So Yellow Sin Shenron would be a blast. And then I'm going to assume the Rage Shenron is going to be blast oriented too. It's the only way for this to make sense. Alright. Strike card. Omega Strike have blast armor, so charge in without fear of enemies' blast darts unless you're facing Gohan. Plus inflict strong poison on hit. 100% chance to inflict strong poison. I think that's 40k a tick. Strong poison. So that's a good amount of damage. Like the strike arts, inflict strong poison when you land a blast arts. That's strong too. I'm surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised that one of them, they're both strong poison. Because if one was heavy bleed and the other one was strong poison, that is a lot of dot damage. And it makes sense that they kept it on the blue card. Inflict heavy bleed on hit. You even have a 20% chance to faint. Ugh. Yeesh. It's on a blue card that can happen forever. All right. Deal massive impact damage. The following effects occur upon activation. 30% to blue card damage. Inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restore. And on hits, you have a 20% chance to hit with feint. And 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed. Understandably so. Nice little ranged blue as well. Doesn't nullify endurance. Not surprised either. Green card. Destroy your opponent's cards. Inflict all enemies with subcounts. And activate other disruptive effects. This arts can even buff Omega Shenron's offenses under certain conditions. It can nullify unfavorable element factors and even draw an ultimate arts? So what is this green card? Restore own key by 50. Randomly destroy 2 enemy cards. Cancel enemy buff effects. Inflicts all enemies with 2 subcounts. Inflict all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received. Also applies the following effects to self according to the conditions met. After 50 timer counts have elapsed, you go type neutral for 5 timer counts. An ally activates a rush, you get a Dragon Ball. If you have a defeated battle member, you draw an ult. So is this an AoE green? Isn't this supposed to say on hit somewhere? I don't know if this is... No, it's not chainable. So this is not an AoE green, is it? No, it's not. This is not an AoE green. It's like a projectile or a little beamed green. Okay, that's fine. Ultimate. Give allies a permanent buff to ultimate damage. And if they have certain tags, buff their special move damage too. Uses ultimate arts quickly to buff ally ultimates and special moves. What? Deal supreme explode damage. What the hell is supreme explode damage? That's supreme multiplier for explode damage? I guess it's because we've seen so many characters with reducing impact damage that decided to do something like this. The following effects occur upon activation. Plus 20% to ult damage inflicted. Nullify enemies' endurance effects. 20% to ultimate and awaken damage inflicted by allies. What the hell? Wow, you're telling me we got a character that buffs ultimate damage for a character like UG4 who has a rush in an ultimate? What? That's crazy. 20% to special move damage inflicted by GT, powerful opponent, or regeneration allies. What in the world? Supportive abilities in an ultimate? When was the last time we've seen something like this? Was this support Goku? The one that just got a Zenkai buff? That's crazy. 20% extra ult damage to a character like UG4 is lunacy. That is going to be a nightmare to deal with. What the hell, GT? You got UG4 in his gauge. He's already very difficult to catch. Then you got a guy with Indestructible that buffs up his entire team. Very good rush absorbing character. And then you can have any competent third to pair alongside that. That's wild, man. UG4 pretty much kills everybody with his ultimate. Now you're telling me we got more crap? Yikes. Main ability, interfere with your opponent's offense by greatly lowering their ki and reducing their Dragon Balls. If you use this main ability at the right moment, you'll be able to launch an ultimate arts while your opponent can't fight back. Draw the ultimate arts card, Dark Slaughter Feast next. Restore own health by 20% and ki by 40. Cancel own attribute downgrades. Reduce enemy ki by 50. Take away a Dragon Ball. Requirements, 25 timer counts must elapse. This is pretty strong because if you force your opponent to vanish and you pop the main, it's going to be one of those things where your opponent will probably not be able to use their actual card or won't be able to rush you, which will catch them off guard. That's what they're trying to set you up for, which is strong. Unique ability 1, entering the battlefield will nullify own attribute downgrades, nullify unfavorable element factors for both offense and defense, and seal the enemy's special arts. Plus, you can nullify the wide range special arts of characters like Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta one time. That's not all, because when the opponent has an abnormal condition, use a Striker Blast arts will seal one of your opponent's card arts and limit their options. Yeah, abnormal condition implying the heavy bleed or strong poison. Okay. Plus, the following effects do self when the battle starts. 110% damage inflicted, reduced damage received by 70%, 50% to ki recovery, -5 to all arts costs. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level and increases Dragon Balls by 1. So he should, in theory, show up on the field with level 2 card draw speed and cover null, right? Because that's what the unique gauge wording implied. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Restore own ki by 20. It's kind of low. 90% damage inflicted, putting him up at 200%. 30% blast damage inflicted for 15 counts. Nullify own attribute downgrades for 10 timer counts. Nullify own unfavorable element factors for 5 counts. So he goes type neutral, showing up on the field. They definitely did these two things, just because UG4 exists. That's definitely the reason why. Seal enemies' special arts. The sealed arts cannot be used for 5 counts. Activates twice. Okay. 20% to damage inflicted for 5 timer counts every time this character uses a Striker Blast Arts card. Wow, they made him stack up damage inflicted. Even if it's only 5 timer counts, that's pretty nice. Super Baby 2 does the same thing. The following effects also occur when the enemy is inflicted with an abnormal condition. Seal 1 enemy card slot randomly, up to 1 slot simultaneously. This is borrowed from the Saiyan Saga Goku, the yellow one, the one that really needs a dead ally to get his card draw speed, cover nullification, his damage inflicted buffs. I don't know if you guys have fought that guy or fight him at all, but this can be annoying because believe it or not, the one slot that always gets sealed for whatever reason is going to be for the card that you need the most. Whether it's the card with the Dragon Ball on it for your final rush, whether it be the slot where your friggin' ultimate goes to, or your blue card, this always happens. So I'm not going to underestimate the powers that be sealing 1/4 of the opponent's offensive abilities. Inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade plus 10% to damage received for 15 counts. So this is an Ultra Super Vegito effect, and this is strong. All enemies get inflicted with this. So your opponent swaps out to somebody else thinking that they're going to be able to sponge a hit. Hell no. You're going to be taking 50% more damage by the time the combo ends. And if you stack this kind of thing with a character like UG4, where, like I said before, the drop combo tech with the green card, and if you draw a signature blue, something like this is perfect for making the opponent take extra damage. So imagine a scenario where Omega Shenron does 5 or 6 cards, 60% extra damage inflicted for all enemies. You go to UG4, drop combo green card, your opponent swaps out to somebody else, and you happen to draw blue. Bam! That is going to hit really damn hard. So this is very strong. Very, very strong. Ultra Super Vegito did that, and that was part of the reason why his ultimate hit so damn hard. Stuff like this. Shorten own sub count by 5 when the enemy activates an ultimate, Awakened Arts, or Rising Rush while this character is on standby. Yep. There it is, folks. The Fusion Warrior and GT Rush Defense. It's this bad boy right here. Very strong. This guy got so much value from indestructible and sub count manipulation on massive arts hits like this. This is almost a must summon for GT mains or Fusion Warrior mains, in my opinion. Nullifies enemies wide range special arts. Cool, cool, cool. We already know this. Unique ability 2. Omega Shenron has a special cover change against strike arts. That's good. Every time you gain a Dragon Ball... Excuse me. I had a protein shake. Omega Shenron's unique gauge will get fully charged. When at max charge, the unique gauge will activate different effects depending on if you attack or are hit with an attack. Using a Striker Blast Arts will boost your art's card draw speed and nullify enemy special cover changes, but if you are hit by an enemy's art's attack, Omega Shenron will recover health, seal the enemy's ultimate and awakened arts, and activate other defensive effects. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand. The unique gauge fills up with Dragon Balls, but it's not like Path to Power where when you have all 7, it's filled out. It sounds like you can fill it by gaining Dragon Balls, and every time you use an arts card, if you go on the offense, you get the card draw speed and you get the nullification, and the unique gauge goes down. Meaning you can use 7 cards if you're assuming a full gauge with cover nullification and card draw speed stacking. But if you get hit while you have the full gauge at 7, it sounds like you can take 7 hits that will continuously seal the enemy's ult and awakened arts. That's what that sounds like to me. I could be wrong, and instead the entire unique gauge gets eaten up once. Same idea with the defensive side. Maybe that's the case. If Omega Shenron's health is reduced to 0, the indestructible effect will activate one time and prevent this character from being defeated. Omega Shenron's substitution costs will be greatly shortened when the enemy uses a special powerful attack like an ultimate or rising rush, so be able to swap in and brush it off with indestructible. Alright, cover change against strike, chainable with the blue. Fully charges unique gauge every time. Oh, fully charges unique gauge. Okay, so it's not like Path to Power. It's literally you get a Dragon Ball, the unique gauge is filled. Ah, okay. After this character's unique gauge resets, it will enter a cooldown and will not increase for 10 timer counts. Ah, this is smart. Otherwise, if you just keep using Dragon Balls, it is so easy. Keep using Dragon Ball cards. Very easy to waste these passive effects. So that is smart on them. Resets own unique gauge to 0 when the following effects occur if this character uses a strike or a blast arts card when the unique gauge is full. Restore ki by 50, reduces impact, explode, and slice damage by 15%, this is pretty much the entire game. So the guy has 85% reduced damage received. Increases own card draw speed by 1 level for 10 counts, makes sense. Applies buff effect, nullify enemy cover changes for 10 counts. Inflict enemy with the attribute downgrade minus 10% to strike and blast arts power. If own unique gauge is full when hit by an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield, it resets to 0 and the following effects occur. You get 20% healing, 50% to special move damage, take away enemy ki by 50, seal their ultimate and awakened arts, and they cannot use it for 5 counts. This is a really strong unique gauge. Holy crap. You use 1 Dragon Ball card, you get level 2 card draw speed, 50 ki, cover nullification, and you weaken the opponent. And because it's on cooldown for 10 timer counts, you can comfortably keep using the cards, and then by the end of your cover nullification, use the next Dragon Ball card at maybe 8 or 9 timer counts, so the next card will then deplete it, and then you can repeat the cycle, because you get another 50 ki and level 2 card draw speed and can continue this. This is very strong. But even on a defensive front, of a unique gauge that's filled, you can then use it to seal up stuff like this. Meaning you can count on Omega Shenron to be the guy to stop UG4 from decimating you. How many times have you used your UG4 where you try to catch a Super Vegito, but they just tag switched out and they sealed up your ultimate, so you can't use it as comfortably? This is really, really strong of a unique gauge. And if anything, I think this is a really clever design by the devs. I like this. A unique gauge with a wide variety of different uses that aren't necessarily just unga bunga. I like that. Multiple uses, it means they put a lot of thought to this. Really cool unique gauge. Very, very cool. The following effects occur on receiving an attack that reduces own health to 0. Apply effect, cannot be defeated to self. Cancel own attribute downgrades under normal conditions. Nullify own attribute downgrades under normal conditions. Destroy all of your enemy's cards. So there is no cannot swap out. So you're not locked in. Applies the following effects to self after the effect cannot be defeated has ended. Restore health by 50%, 20% extra damage, and you get a Dragon Ball, thus filling up the unique gauge to continue your infamous combo of sealing up the ultimate, level 2 cardio speed, all the other craziness. Wow, I gotta say, this guy looks really, really good. This guy has so many different uses. My only confusion is what kind of direction they're trying to go with the GT and Fusion Warrior tag right now, because Fusion Warrior doesn't have that many blast-oriented units outside of Super 17 as well as the Gogeta. And for GT, it's the same premise. It's Super 17 and this guy. Who else are you trying to use? I know Spirit Bomb Kid Goku can double up as a range character just because his stats are very equal as a defense type. But again, I guess they're just trying to tick off all the boxes here. But this guy has tremendous value on literally every single one of his tags. You throw him on Regeneration, he's such a great friend with LF Kid Buu. You could throw him alongside any other Regeneration blast-oriented character. Or hell, if you really wanted to, you could throw him with Janemba, who still has some value. LF Kid Buu is obviously great. I think Super Baby 2 has it as well. I think he does great value there. If you're going to throw them on Fusion Warriors, that's another great spot. UG4, Omega Shenron, and any other really competent third Fusion Warrior, like, you know, the fusing Gogeta Blue, the fusing Super Vegito, and you already know how much max HP Fusion Warriors get. It's ridiculous. Or if you want to throw them on GT, Spirit Bomb Kid Goku, this guy, and Super 17, you're looking at two characters that nullify buff effects, sub-count manipulation, and you're looking at a guy that basically cannot be killed. So for every single one of his tags, wow, does this guy have great value. A little bit less on regeneration, I suppose, simply because I think Orange Piccolo's pretty good. He has a very supportive-esque kit with the main ability and the green card and the Disrupt unique gauge. But wow, Omega Shenron looks like a very valuable character. So you let me know in the comment section below what you're thinking. I do want to say the video coming out in about 2 hours from now was me assuming it would be LF Bojack, because I did a revisit for the Revival Gohan. So I already know a bunch of comments are going to be like, just to let you know, we got revealed that it's Omega Shenron. You dunce, you idiot. It's okay, I get it. It's too late. I honestly thought we'd be getting the reveal at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, therefore the showcase would come out first. Either way, if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to let me know in the comment section below what you're thinking about Omega Shenron. And yeah, be on the lookout for the showcase tonight. I'm very excited for this character. I wish they would also show us the 1% kit as well. Don't just keep the news for the premium characters. Let me see what Raid Shenron does, because that character, he basically looks like a giant booger. So of course this guy's going to have the most ridiculous kit. I wager this guy's going to be like a free-to-play 18 on steroids when it comes to support, when it comes to disrupt, when it comes to sub-count manipulation. I promise you that guy will be like the Pan of GT or something. He has to be. But either way, until next time, guys, peace.